Hi there, my name is Sumo, and this is my restricted Iron Man, Log Avoider. On this account, I'm trying to max with as few collection log slots as possible. Unfortunately, I hit 10 log slots, and my first forfeit of the account. Camping a boss until I get a pet drop. To start off, I did a bit of theory crafting, starting with the most common and lowest drop rate pets. The drop rate of pets can be anywhere from 1 in 65 to upwards of 1 in 8,000. So I absolutely wanted to try and stick with the most easily attainable pets, if possible. Skotos, obtained by killing Skatizo in the Korin dungeon. The plus side, it's a fairly easy fight with a 1 in 65 chance at a pet. The downside, this would come with a minimum of 6 collection log slots. Absolutely not an option. Tizrek Jad. Obtained by completing the fight caves, this little guy has a 1 in 100 chance of dropping after every completion. The good news? This would be only an additional 2 log slots maximum, the fire cape and the pet. The bad news, my current stats are awful, and every fight caves would take well over an hour and a half and use up a ton of supplies. Unfortunately, not really an option either. The next most common pet would then be the pet Chaos Elemental. As the name suggests, it's obtained from killing the Chaos Elemental at a 1 in 300 drop rate. The pros, it's a fairly common drop. Plus, if I get a dragon pickaxe from the grind as collateral damage, I wouldn't be too upset. It is incredibly useful in the late game. You can also safe spot or flinch this boss, meaning it's potentially doable even at my current awful stats and gear progression. The cons, this is in the deep wilderness, and getting PK'd would be frustrating to say the least. The boss's stats are also wildly high, having 270 attack, strength, and defense, as well as an additional plus 70 mage, range, and melee defense, with no weaknesses at all. Unfortunately, it's still my best shot at a pet. So now with that out of the way, I had to decide how I was supposed to kill this absolute behemoth potentially hundreds of times. Option 1. Facing the beast head on. If feasible, this could absolutely be the best option for the quickest kill times, as facing the boss head on would mean wasting no time luring the boss over to a safe spot. Holy crap, this guy hits hard! Okay, definitely scratching that one off the list then. Option 2. Flinching with melee. For this tactic, I have to wait for the monster's health bar to disappear before I'm able to attack it again. I don't take much damage this way, but man is it annoying. Now, my attack and strength stats aren't half bad, and the Dragon Scimitar I picked up in episode 3 should be able to hit relatively well, as long as I can get past the monster's insanely high defense. The Weapon Poison Plus I got from the Temple Spiders in the 4th Host Dungeon will be incredibly helpful as well. A guaranteed 75 damage will be added from the time poison is applied, regardless of the boss's defense. Now this is definitely a viable method of killing this boss, but it takes so long. This example kill has been sped up 20 times and it still feels like it's taking forever. A little peek behind the scenes here, I did roughly 100 to 140 kills this way, with an average kills per hour of 3, not including banking, gathering supplies, or interrupted kills. Wow. At around 140 KC, I felt miserable. Having already gotten the fairly useless Dragon 2H sword as an additional log slot on KC 25, this was feeling like an impossible task, and a failure. Being on the hunt for this thing for the better part of a month without being any closer than when I started, and feeling this awful, well before I was even close to being dry on the pet's drop rate, felt like all hope was lost. Till I stumbled upon a new method. Option number 3. Luring the boss. This method has you pull the boss from its spawn point near the rogue's castle all the way over to here, next door to the resource area in the deep wilderness. This method takes advantage of the boss's insanely big aggro range, and brings you over to a spot where you can attack it without it hitting you back. The luring process is frustrating, dangerous, and takes a while. But despite all of that, it brought my rate up to almost 10 kills per hour, a huge upgrade to my previous method. This was the strategy I went with for the bulk of my grind. And after literally hundreds of hours and quite literally the better part of 2 months camping the boss, I finally got it. No way! I'm free. Okay, let me get out of here. Bro, look at that clan chat. They know exactly how stinking long I've been out here doing this grind. I cannot express how amazing this feels. I'm literally just sitting here staring at my screen and looking at my new little buddy. Forfeit number 1 is complete at 339 KC. Next episode, we're going to be picking right back up where we left off and doing some more questing. I'll see you then, guys.